welcome to beautiful Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. We are in the semifinals of this FIVB Beach Volleyball World Tour 3-star stop. This is the match between the United States team of Slick and Allen and the Swiss team of Beeler and Krattiger. My name is Grayson Knutson. Pleased to be joined in the broadcast booth by Everett Delorme. These two teams, pretty good run, obviously, to get to the semifinals. Everett, it's tough to pick a favorite between these two squads right now in the middle of the first set. 8-6, the American team on top.
Yeah, definitely two of the teams that can always threaten to be a medal contenders here on the World Tour. Allen and Slick had a massive round one win against the Brazilians Bruno and Evandro at the World Championships a couple of weeks ago to propel them to a great finish in that tight American Olympic race.
Slick right there with a huge kill, finding the line here, and it's going to be his partner Allen going back to serve. That one clips the net but gets over. Well played there by Nico Beeler, wearing number 1 for Switzerland.
Beeler with the good vision there, going right underneath Slick as Allen covered the line over.
Now serving is Krattiger. Trying to split the seam there between the two American players, but it's going to be Slick who finds the back line with the kill once again.
Good swing there by Slick. Being real patient, watching Krattiger fly by him. Goes down the seam into 6.
10-7, the Americans are in front here. And it is Slick to serve with a jump. That one doesn't get over though, so side out for Switzerland. Lead back down to 2. We go to 21 in beach volleyball for the first 2 sets, 15 in the third and deciding set. If we need to go that far, that's a real good serve there, but well dug up by the American squad. Unfortunately for Switzerland, they couldn't get the ball back over.
Yeah, a little bit miscommunication off the peel off the net there. Both Krattiger and Beeler go for that ball, and Beeler's left on his knees as the ball falls into the net and onto the sand.
There's a swing that goes off the fingertips there from Krattiger, so Switzerland will pick up the point.
Krattiger not really seeing many options, just goes hard, high off the hands, through Stafford Slick and out of bounds.
It's 9 serving 11, and it is Krattiger with that little jump float. Nice placement there by Allen.
Billy Allen with a nice line over there. Playing him straight up right now. Beeler just sitting in the cross, and Allen just goes, thank you very much, over top.
12-9 the score. Every 7 points, we stop to switch sides and rake the sand a little bit. Make sure each team gets an equal and fair advantage. There is a little bit of a breeze here, kind of swirling almost in this makeshift stadium here on the Northlands ground in Edmonton. For that section, it was blowing into the faces of the Americans, almost cross-court too, towards where the two squads are sitting down right now in the shade.
Yeah, but it's been a beautiful day here in Edmonton. A little rainy
Finally.
The past couple of days. Yeah, finally, absolutely. Yesterday we had spurts of beautiful sunshine to absolute downpours. We had to take a few other delays, but we're still on track here at the Edmonton FIVB.
Everything's still running as close to on time as they could possibly get it. Organizers have done a great job of keeping things on track here. So the two squads have switched sides, and this is Stafford Slick, and with a name like that, you got to think he's got to be a cool beach volleyball type of player.
Hailing from the beach volleyball mecca of Minnesota.
Well, there's a lot of lakes in Minnesota, so there's a lot of beaches. I guess it kind of makes sense. That one from Beeler will go out of bounds, so another point picked up here by the Americans. 13-9 is their lead here in the opening set of the first of 2 semifinals. Tried to just drop that one short, but didn't get over the net. Side out for Switzerland. They're still down by 3. Winner of this one will take on either Saxon and O'Gorman of Canada or Rangieri and Caminati of Italy. We'll see that in the second semifinal coming up right after this one. Big swing there, well dug up by the Swiss. A little bit of trouble here though. Nice readjustment, well played there by Team Switzerland. Beeler putting that one down.
Yeah, he didn't have many options there as the set from Krattiger was a little bit outside, but nice roll shot over the top. You know, no matter what for the Swiss, this is going to be their best result hands down of the season. Their best result so far is a 9th in Kuala Lumpur at the 3-star there earlier this year.
And they're going to have a chance to play for some kind of medal tomorrow. We'll see if it's gold or if it's bronze, but right now they find themselves coming back in this set now, only down by 1. And it's Nico Beeler to put it in play once again. Allen goes up. That one's going to go wide, so the Swiss have pulled level now at 13s.
Set there from Slick, a little inside, a little tight. I think Allen really wanted to go down the line. He saw that option, but wasn't getting it from the set from his partner. Forced to put that one out of bounds.
Another serve from Beeler just gets over. Allen hammered that one that time, and that's going to be a point for the Americans.
Yep. Same set there from Slick, but Allen this time jumps into the ball as opposed to waiting for the ball, comes to him and pounds that one quickly through off the shoulder of Beeler.
The approach makes a world of difference. Allen serving now. Beeler going up, and that is going to find the corner. The block pulled off the net to try to play defense, but there was no stopping that one.
Yeah, in the words of Casey Patterson, don't pull on me.
Two teams switch sides as we've reached 14 apiece.
The Swiss have done a good job here to fight back.
4-point deficit they've erased now to pull even, and we have Krattiger serving.
Good read there by Beeler.
Beeler was able to dig it up, and now he's going to have a swing, but he's rejected. Slick at the net.
Slick doing a real good job diving into the line on that time, sealing the net and shutting down Krattiger, who's trying to go, or sorry, Beeler, who's trying to go underneath the block cross court. Slick read him perfectly.
Now Slick with that jump serve, but it goes just a bit too long, so a freebie for the Swiss. See all sorts of variety of serves in the beach game. Slick's got one of the heavier ones.
Slick is definitely known for being a menace from the baseline. You always got to be paying attention when he's back there.
It's a great placement shot by Allen to find the back corner here, and the Americans are up 16-15.
We saw Beeler didn't even chase that one. He saw that one. Billy opens up, lets the ball float to his right shoulder, and puts it right in the back foot of the court, right in the corner perfectly.
A little bit of trouble here for the Swiss, but Krattiger tried to find an angle, but just a little bit too wide there.
This is the time of the set where you really got to put on the pressure and survive that pressure if you want to take it. And we can tell which team is putting on the pressure and which team is not faring well.
Billy Allen with the serve. Krattiger lining it up. Piece of hands there from Slick, who's going to take it. Second time, little dump. Kept alive. Joust at the net is won by Slick.
But they're going to be giving that point to the Swiss as they're calling him over.
I think that's probably a fair call. Slick's so tall, though, it's probably hard for him to not reach over when a ball so tempting like that comes so close.
Yeah, you know, no fight there from Slick on that call. He just gets right back into serve receive.
16 serving 17 here. Allen, sharp angle. He was awful close to the antenna. Only really had one place to go with it, and he hammered it down.
Beeler not happy there with the hands on Stafford. Slick thinks he maybe held the ball a little too long.
Find that the beach game is a little bit more forgiving in the set passes than the indoor game. That one's off hands and out of bounds, so give that point to the Swiss. 18-17.
Good read there by Stafford Slick. We see him diving into the line. He's got his hands on the balls, trying to direct the ball back into the court. Krattiger, Marco just goes high off the hands and just too much for Slick to handle.
Here comes Allen. Tried to fool the block going the other way, but he mishit it and goes into the net. We're all even at 18 now.
Yeah, that was a golden opportunity there for Billy Allen. He had it open. Beeler was within a few steps, but that short roll shot he was going for would have fallen right in front of him, but just not enough as that one falls into the net.
Well, good adjustment there by Allen at the last second to leave that one, let it float just long. So 19-18 for the U.S. Allen with the float serve. Big swing there, and I'm not sure what part of Allen that hit, but it went a mile high, and unfortunately for Slick, it hit the top of the tape and just kind of rolled down. It didn't bounce off the net like he was hoping it would.
Yeah, I know. He was setting up to play it off the net and took a weird bounce. Unfortunate when you're a defender like that, you make a big dig, you're really hoping that your guy is going to be able to support you and give you a chance to take a swing. Tough way to tie things up.
19 apiece. Nice swing there from Allen, and that's going to find the sand, and we have a set point opportunity now for the Americans.
Good job, and Allen setting up that line shot really, really, really well. Keeps on pulling Beeler more and more to the sideline, opening up that line shot for later on.
Slick serve. Opportunity for Krattiger. Did he find the line? He did indeed. He did. Just clipped it.
He tags that line perfectly, just on the outside. No debating from the Americans either, as Billy Allen points that one in. Staying alive nicely here as we're into side-out volleyball.
Allen, that one's popped up. It is going to just, it did land in. And Stafford Slick doesn't agree with that. He points to the down official. They're going to come look at the spot in the sand. One thing that you can do in the beach volleyball game as opposed to the indoor game is look at exactly the spot of the ball where it landed.
Yeah, we have the down official called that out, the lines person who called that in, head referee Brian Hebert, no hesitation whatsoever to get down off the stand, take a look at the mark, and that's exactly why we see our volunteers in any timeout rake the side of the court, rake along the lines, because it allows that ball mark to be seen perfectly. And they're going to call that one out of bounds. I tend to agree. I didn't see the line jump. I saw the sand fly, but you didn't. Usually you're going to see the line jump and wiggle, and it didn't too much.
So another set point opportunity for Slick and Allen. And here's Billy Allen serving this one, 21-20. Beeler is blocked, but it's going to be a net violation called against Stafford Slick.
Tough one there. It was such a good read by Staff. He hesitated just a little bit, dove into the cross, nice high hands, presses at the perfect moment, but he's on the net. You know, that's just a sigh of relief for Switzerland and when you're at this point of the set.
Kind of get away with one there, and now they have an opportunity to serve up with Krattiger, who immediately runs to the net to try to play defense there, but that's a nicely placed shot by Allen, and another set point opportunity for the Americans if they could just hold their serve here.
And yellow card now to Beeler, as Nico is not happy so far with the hands, or the non-hands calls, let's say, from head referee Brian Hebert.
Gave the sand a little kick, and that was what brought the yellow out of the pocket of the official. Here's Slick with that big serve. Nicely passed by Krattiger, who's going to go up and have a swing at that one, and he found the line. What a shot.
Marco Krattiger, you know, Slick's got him a few times diving into that line. That time he waits for Slick to dive in, and he pounds it on the inside shoulder into the seam.
22 apiece. Beeler serve. That one is going to go long, so now the Swiss are on set point.
Back and forth here. We've got side-out volleyball. It's really, really hard to play with the pressure. Can you take care of your side out when you need to? And just then, Billy Allen didn't, as there's a slight miscommunication in serve receive. Now Switzerland's going to have a shot.
Some scrambly play here. Well dug up there. And then they just put it over free just so they can reset themselves and play defense. Slick at the net. That shot is going to be just long, and once again we're tied at 23.
Yeah, Billy Allen right there. If you're a young kid just learning beach volleyball, you got to take notes. Sometimes it's just good to put the sky ball up, make it easy, and play defense. You know, it's most likely that something like that's going to happen, and we're going to have an error.
Krattiger took a lot off that one and sharpened up the angle to find the sand there. So another point for the Swiss, and they have a set point opportunity once more.
Yeah, great cat and mouse game going on with Krattiger and Slick at the net as they're going toe to toe. We've seen them, you know, different shots there. That time Krattiger goes the chop over top.
How will the Americans respond? Allen is rejected. A one-arm block there from Krattiger. First set goes to Switzerland.
Marco Krattiger was full commit there on Billy Allen. He was up there, he was pressing, and he's hoping his head's covering down the middle because he's full spread eagle, gets that one on Billy Allen with the right hand. And a really good job here by the Swiss team of Krattiger and Beeler to fight back. They were down by 4 early. They had set point against them, and they managed to take it home.
Yeah, that's right, Everett. 3 times they fought off set points, and it was 13-9 at one point in that set for the Americans. If you are the team of Slick and Allen, what are you saying right now to each other to kind of put that one out of your minds?
Yeah, absolutely. Great job by them, and now is where things get interesting. Do Beeler and Krattiger take that momentum and start running with it, or are the Americans going to fight back? The Americans, as I just mentioned, coming off one of their best results of the season, a 9th of the World Championships in Hamburg. Before that, their only single-digit finish of the season was a bronze at the Sydney 3-star earlier this year. And that American race for the Olympics is real tight on the men's side. Every week things change up, and speaking to Casey Patterson early in the week, that's exactly why they chose to come here instead of Portugal. In Portugal, you're probably going to have to play a country quota and then be in qualification. While it's here, right into the main draw, much more opportunity for chances.
Second set underway with a huge block there. Krattiger, just how the first set ends, the second set begins.
Yeah, these first few points are going to be really indicative of how the rest of that set is going to go. And Billy Allen and Stafford Slick have to bounce back early here. They got to impose themselves on this set early if they're going to want to stay and force a third.
Marco Krattiger serving, races to the net. Little tip shot there is well placed by Allen, and that's a good point for the Americans to pick up. Nice calm serve receive and an easy put away.
Yeah, great thumb up crossbody shot there by Billy Allen. It's not a shot that he's used so far in this match, so he's really being versatile and changing it up quite a bit with the different shots.
That one's played off the net, and Slick is just too tall there. He poked it back.
Oh, wow,
wow,
they're
what a
going to let
play
that
there.
one go.
I'm not sure how Slick was able to keep that alive. He tried the one-handed block there. It was easily hammered down by Beeler. That was a scrambly play that worked out in the Swiss favor.
Yeah, Slick found himself on the ground, ball coming to him, manages to pop it up, but Marco Krattiger, as the Americans are still trying to get their defense together, he pounds that one to the sand.
Nico Beeler puts it in play. There's another block up at the net by Krattiger.
That's 2 so far early in this second set. And as your offense is trying to get going, you got a guy blocking you like that. It really gets in your head, so we're going to see if they're going to start switching things up.
That one is off the top of the head there, knocking the hat loose. It's a Slick kill, and the Americans have the ball back. They're down 2 serving 3 here, though.
Yeah, good shot there by Stafford Slick to go at the low hands. Not a great press there by Krattiger as he's looking for the swat, expecting Staff to chip it over him.
It's going to be an ace serve there. A lot of spin, a lot of deception on that serve from Allen.
Yeah, the floater there by Stafford Slick actually just taps that one over with the float serve, and it dies as soon as it gets over the net, handcuffing Marco Krattiger.
Of course, when Slick is serving, you're expecting the bigger one, but he's gone to the float here in set number 2.
Yeah, you've got a side wind right now, so it's a little difficult. You ideally want to be spin serving into the wind, and you can't really be doing that right now.
That one gets through the hands. Beeler managed to outmuscle Slick there at the net. We'll switch sides with the Swiss pair up 4-3.
Yeah, tight set there, and you can see that Stafford was waiting for the joust, but Beeler just decides to swing through and catches him in the uprights, finding the sand. Good vision there by Nico Beeler.
Teams have switched sides. Krattiger gets his back underway. Allen with a very high roll shot that is going to be wide. So a freebie for the Swiss.
Trying to go up and top over Krattiger as Beeler stays in the cross. Just out of bounds, though, from Billy Allen.
That one just got over, but Allen did enough to keep it alive, and then he put it down. Give Billy Allen a lot of credit on that point.
Yeah, absolutely. That's textbook Billy Allen there. Get the hustle play and then pound it through. I would almost rather see Marco Krattiger stay up at the net there and provide a presence and force him towards his defender rather than peeling and giving Allen the entire court to swing at. Oh.
That's good placement there from Krattiger. Looked like he was going to swing big, but changed his mind and kind of sliced it off to the side.
So far, we've really seen Switzerland set that ball really tight. Instead of Krattiger really going at it and trying to pound it, he's just been chipping it around Slick instead of trying to test that block, as we saw happen in the first set where he got shut down a few times.
Nice defense there by the Swiss, but Slick is going to just tip it over and find the line there, and the Americans will get that point.
Now Slick is playing the cute game himself, the pokey over top of the block.
And that'll be Slick to serve. Trying to drop it short, but he didn't like it as soon as he hit it. Went into the net.
Yeah, I know you can tell by the flags around the court here how strong and where the wind's going. Earlier when he hit that ace from the other side, the wind was flowing to the side. That one, the wind was pretty much dead as, Krattiger puts that one perfectly into the corner.
It's an ace serve.
The 5-6 serve, or sorry, the 6-5 serve going deep into the corner as Slick watches that one land in his sand.
Back-to-back service points picked up by Switzerland. One and an error by the Americans and an ace on their own side. That one's put up high for Beeler. Found a really good spot where the Americans maybe just a little bit too passive there.
Yeah, you know, Billy Allen hits a decent shot to the back corner that was pretty easily tracked down by Beeler. And you know what? I'd love to see Allen. He's trying with the backhand flipper there. He was in position to get his left hand on that one and direct that ball back into the court. He got a good touch on it. But going with his right hand as his body's moving to the left, your momentum's naturally going to take that ball outside. So he really needs to get his left arm around and make that dig with the outside hand.
Team switch sides, and the Swiss make an error there. Wind changed direction on them now that they're on a different side of the court. Allen serving for the States. Krattiger goes up. Got a piece of the hand of Slick, but not enough to prevent it from going over. Another point for Switzerland.
I'm not entirely sure what Allen and Slick here are doing with their defensive strategy. You know, Krattiger is obviously lining up on, he's getting outside of the court, he's lining it up for that cross court, and he's not showing any signs of slowing his swing down and going for the over top shot, the line over. And you know, we see Stafford somewhat diving into the cross there and Billy Allen coming over. Best bet is just to play him straight up. If he's going to approach like that, let him swing away. And Billy's a great defender. Let him swing at him and see what happens from there.
That was a service error for the Swiss, as a couple of those have crept into their game in the last few points. Beeler tried to just roll that one over. Allen covers, and now he's going to swing. Unfortunately for him, it's long.
Transition opportunities here for the USA, just not coming from Beeler. Or Allen makes a great read, picks him up, and hits not the greatest of shots. You know, he had other options for him. That's the one he chose, and he puts that one long out of bounds.
Slick goes up and hammers it down. I know in the beach game you tend to serve towards a particular person because you don't want the other one to hit it, but that time Slick received it and he was able to make the kill at the net.
Yeah, it looks like the Swiss are going for that hubby white serve. You're going right down the middle. You're trying to cause confusion between the two serve receivers. And I think for them it's just really saying we don't really mind which one of you is hitting at us. And that really speaks to the overall skill that both Allen and Slick possess. But
it's a great term, the hubby wife serve.
The hubby wife, you know, that's how you break up partnerships. You put it right down the middle and that's yours. No, that's yours.
No, and they argue, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Partially blocked and kept alive here by Krattiger, who goes up and he's rejected, but it's going to bounce off of Slick and out of bounds. Another point here for Switzerland. 13-8 is the score, and the two teams will take a quick break as we rake the court here. Switzerland, a 5-point lead here, Everett. Obviously, this is different than the first set. The scripts are kind of flipped at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we talked a little bit on the onset of the second set how those first points were going to be really indicative of how the teams were going to be battling through, and it seems like Switzerland has taken that first set win. They managed to stay around. You know, they closed that gap, and they stayed around just long enough to be able to take it at the end of the first, and they've just gone with that. They've seemed to change up their strategy a little bit. They're not going for the big swings. They're really not trying to challenge Slick's block as much because he's been clamping them. So instead, they're chipping around him, and also at the same time, the USA is just not converting on their transition opportunities. And that's really what's killing them.
They have certainly had some opportunities to win some points, and they've either made a mistake or just kind of given it to the Swiss. So we'll see what happens here as we get set for essentially the second half of the second set. Switzerland won the first set, a long one that went a little bit extra, 25-23, looked like an indoor score there. Winner will play in the final tomorrow. The loser will have to fight for bronze. Big swing from Beeler, going cross court, crushing that one to the sand.
And that's such good vision there from Nico Beeler, because you can see he's waiting. He sees Allen pull, and that's when he used the quick snap to go cross body and pound that one. Gets the benefit of the divot, too, for the big bounce.
That's a nice swing, too, from Allen, but it's well dug up and then put away again by Beeler.
Same thing, too. He's going up. He's seeing Allen pull, and he's just going fast cross body. You know, especially in transition there. Love to see Allen be a little bit more patient, and if he's going to put line over above Slick, you're going to have time to be able to get there.
Allen's attack bounced off the net generously for the Swiss. That's well played there by Allen. Sometimes the ping pong approach just kind of works, just put it back over.
You know what? You can see a little bit of frustration starting to develop in Allen there as he tries to pound that one straight down and hits the tape, but manages that just bang play. Good touch there by Slick on the block, puts it over on one into the back corner, and they're still alive.
Krattiger goes up, and that was a wide open corner. The Americans were kind of just standing in a straight line there. I know you've been a little bit worried about their defense here. That was kind of an example of that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's 3 straight bad reads there by Billy Allen, and I'm not sure if that's kind of what they're going for, but right now you can tell that Switzerland is definitely in the heads of Allen and Slick.
And that time Slick just tried to, well, you call it a setter dump, I guess, but
yeah,
put it over.
The two ball there didn't work. Billy's putting him real tight to the net, and he doesn't have much to work with. Puts that one out of bounds, and Switzerland keeps on pouring it on. Oh, that was out, but just not by far.
The linesperson did a fancy flag maneuver too. Almost looked like he wanted to point in, but raised it to point out. So 17-10. This set is on the verge of getting away too fast from the Americans here. They're going to need a couple points to at least make Switzerland think a little bit. And that's going to help there. Stafford Slick at the net with a big block, and the two teams will switch sides.
There we go. We talked about it a little bit earlier that Switzerland had changed their strategy a little bit. They're going to shoot a lot more instead of just trying to hit hard cross court. But we've seen Beeler with the last couple ones pound a few cross. That time they're ready for it as Slick is standing it instead of diving in and seals that net.
There's Beeler hammering that one down cross court.
You know, at this point, Staff and Billy are 1 for 3 trying to defend that cross court on Beeler. You really got to change something up, and especially like at this point, just play him straight up. You keep on trying for the late pull, and it's not working out.
Allen is blocked, but it's going to bounce out of bounds, so that is a point for the American team.
The Americans got to go on a run here, and you know, we'll see if Staff goes for the spinner. Looks like he's gonna. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna go for the big one.
At this point, you need to put the pressure on. So it is high risk, high reward. Oh, he
never mind.
Fooled it, and I think maybe he might have fooled himself too a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes it doesn't pay off to be cute. Just play the game. Just go out there, take a chew, and if it doesn't work out, then hey, you just play defense. But you shouldn't miss float serves, especially at this point of the match.
19-12, the Swiss pair in front. Set was a little bit off, but it was put over, and then Beeler will hammer it down once again, and we have match point for the Swiss pair of Beeler and Krattiger.
The Swiss have not been happy with the hands or non-hands calls so far in this match. We see it there again, as that was a pretty high chuck by Stafford Slick.
Krattiger serving. Allen, good spot, Billy Allen. Saves one match point. They're going to need quite a few more of those, will the Americans.
This is where Disney movies are made.
It's just waiting to be written. We'll see what Billy Allen can do here. No touch there from Slick.
And then
They are going to call it a reach over, though.
He was a little bit early on that one, and that's a tough way. Just a little over-eager on that one, and that ball is going to end up in the Swiss hands, and they are going to take this one, and that is going to be their first final.
Wow, congratulations to Nico Beeler, Marco Krattiger, 21-13, 25-23. Scores in the sets. And they are off to tomorrow's gold medal game. They will play either the team of Grant O'Gorman and Ben Saxton from Canada, or the Italian pair of Alex Ranieri and Marco Caminati. So we'll see that one coming up. Maybe just a quick thought on the match we just saw. The Americans looked like they were in control for much of the first set, couldn't put it away, and then after that, the Swiss kind of ran away with things.
Yeah, absolutely. The Swiss coming out, this is going to be their best result ever. They've only been in the quarterfinals twice in 25 appearances as a pair, and you know what? It's really good for them to be able to get into that point. And you know, it seemed like the Americans had the control right from the beginning. They were playing well, they were playing calm, but Beeler and Krattiger did a really good job of just staying close enough to them in the first set. They managed to take it at the end.